Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for the topic today because it's one of my favorite topics yet again, and it's something that I think is so important because it will change your life, and that is how to think better thoughts. Now, if you watched my video on how to raise your vibration, you'll know that your thoughts are the key because your thoughts create your emotions, which create your energy. And as we know, your energy creates your reality around you. So if there's any circumstances in your life that you want to change, it's important to start with your thoughts because your thoughts are creating the emotions, which are creating the energy, which is creating the reality. So how do we think better thoughts? The first thing to know is that 95% of our thoughts and behaviors are automatic. That means that most of the thoughts that we think, we're not even consciously aware of. They're just happening. They're just running on autopilot, and we think the same thoughts every single day. So if you can be aware that you're thinking those thoughts, that is the first step. And if you clicked on this video even, that's a good sign because you're acknowledging that you can think better thoughts, that it is possible because you have thoughts, but the thoughts aren't you, because we can all be aware of when we are having certain thoughts. That means that you're not actually the thoughts. You're the conscious awareness behind the thoughts. And that's a really empowering thing to know, that you are not your thoughts. So at any moment, you can just choose to think different thoughts. And that is the key to changing your life. So you might be wondering well, how do I know what kinds of thoughts I'm thinking? I don't know if my thoughts are positive or negative. I think I generally think positively, but maybe not all the time. Well, one thing that I heard Bob Proctor say is that if you want to know what kind of thoughts you're having, look at the results, look at your life. So one way you can do this is to think about all of the different areas of your life, like your relationships, your job, money, finances, your health, and look at what those results are. Look at whether you're happy with that area of your life or not. And that's a pretty good indication as to what your thoughts are around that area of your life. So for example, maybe you're someone who's always had pretty good luck with work. Maybe you've always had pretty steady jobs, pretty good salary, you enjoy work, you have a good relationship with it, you've never really had any issues with colleagues or anything. That's a good indication that you probably have a good mindset around work. Maybe you've never really created any negative core beliefs around work or around your ability to make money or anything like that. On the other hand, maybe work's going great, but maybe your relationships are always struggling. Maybe you find that people keep ghosting you, or you keep finding yourself saying over and over again, oh, I'll never find the right person. People always treat me terribly. Why does this keep happening? If you notice that you keep having the same things happen to you over and over again in relationships, it is very likely that there's something going on with your thoughts or your core beliefs that is causing those experiences. And something important to know here is that a lot of times our negative thoughts are tied to some core belief we have about ourselves. So for example, you might have a core belief that I'm not worthy. And if you have that belief about yourself, you're gonna subconsciously create experiences that reaffirm that belief. And what's interesting is that a lot of times we subconsciously hold on to those beliefs for a reason. We might be scared of letting go of those beliefs. We might think that those beliefs are actually serving us. But another thing you can do to really help you think better thoughts is to reflect on those beliefs that you have and think about, is this belief actually serving me? But the chances are that those negative thoughts, they might be feeding your ego, but they're not actually serving you or making your life better. And a lot of times we have a subconscious belief that if I complain enough, things will change. But if you actually look at the results, it usually doesn't lead to any change. It usually just leads to us feeling crappy all the time, feeling low vibe, negative emotions that just keep bringing up these negative experiences into our lives. So when you ask yourself, is this belief, is this thought pattern actually serving me? You can also look on the positive side and say, how would I experience this situation without it? How would my experience of this situation be if I didn't have this negative thought pattern? And what if I actually had a positive thought pattern around this situation? So then when you're aware of these negative thoughts that you're having and you're open to changing them and you feel that you can let go of those core beliefs that you have about yourself, that's the fun part, because that means you can start thinking positive thoughts and literally training your brain to create new automatic thoughts and behaviors. So like I said, if 95% of our thoughts and behaviors are automatic, Imagine if that 95% was all positive thoughts and behaviors. And you can do that because the more you start thinking positive thoughts and replacing those negative thoughts with more positive ones, the more your brain is going to get used to that, and you will literally be creating different thought patterns. So then if you want to think more positive thoughts, if you want to replace those negative thoughts with something positive, an easy thing that you can do, which is really powerful, is just practice gratitude. We hear it all the time, but there's a reason for it. Like in any moment, even right now, you can just think about things that you're grateful for, or you can like write them down if you want. But doing that is automatically going to change your thoughts, it's going to change your emotions, and it's going to change your energy. So then everything around you is going to start changing for the better. So try to do this as much as you can throughout the day. Like anytime you notice negative thoughts come up, you can just replace them with positive ones. Like just look at what there is to be grateful for in any situation. And you might have heard the phrase before, this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. And that's something that I think is really powerful to tell yourself because, first of all, it's true. Like, if you look at all of the negative experiences you've had in your life, I would bet that you wouldn't take them back because you probably learned from it. You probably grew from it as a result. I know with me, that's the case with me. Like when I look at periods in my life when I was at my lowest, I would not take that back because those are the moments when I learned, I grew, and I'm stronger today because of that. So when you're going through anything, no matter how dark it feels, no matter how terrible it feels, it might feel like, no, this can't be happening for me. This is too bad. There's no way. It's easy to say that and to stay in that mentality. But I promise you that if you trust that, even if you can't see the reason behind it today, at some point in your life, you're gonna look back and see, wow, that was happening for me, and I'm really grateful for it. So if you can harness that energy that you're gonna feel at some point in the future and bring it into your present moment right now, that's the key to changing your life because you're changing your emotions and you're changing your energy. And the more you can do that, think those positive thoughts, and especially feel those emotions, the more you do that, the more you're gonna see the things around you changing, and it'll probably happen quicker than you think. So that kind of summarizes how to think better thoughts and why it's so important to think better thoughts. Just remember that you are not your thoughts, you're the awareness behind your thoughts. In any moment, you can change your thoughts, think more positive ones, feel more positive energy, and that's gonna completely change your life. Look at the different areas of your life, and if there's an area or 2 or 3 or 4 or every area of your life that you're not happy with, just know that you can change it with your thoughts because your thoughts are going to create your emotions and your emotions are going to create your energy and your experiences. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything you want to add about how to think better thoughts, I would love to hear it. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!